you can move people. You can make change. You know? Marriage equality. That's another example. I never thought we'd see. I remember, that's another issue I remember having an opinion about at a very young age. I remember having a conversation about it with my mother when I was a kid. I asked her, I said, Mom, how come gay people can't get married to each other? And, you know, my mom she's always been very liberal. She still is. My dad is shifted. He's all totally MAGA now, which is probably why he didn't answer my text message from earlier when I said, hey, no more death penalty in New Hampshire, because he's always been very much opposed to the death penalty. But other than that, I don't really hear from him lately. He's probably offended by things I've said on the show about Trump. But anyway, so I remember saying to my mom, I said, how come gay people can't get married? And she was just like, well, you know, Maddie, maybe someday they will be able to. Never really thought we'd see that as soon as we did, but marriage equality is legal now. You know, the Supreme Court ruled on it a number of years ago, much to the chagrin of my father, my very Catholic father, who said to me, well, they just legalized sodomy. To which I said, I'm pretty sure that was already legal, Dad, in most states. They just legalized marriage. Anyway, I probably shouldn't repeat that conversation on the air, but I probably already did, and that's probably why I don't hear from him. But you can move people. You know, it just takes a really long time sometimes. And by the way, like I said, the issue has never been totally partisan. Historically, there's actually been a lot of pro-death penalty Democrats as well. Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, both pro-death penalty, just a couple of examples. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
I had to call you back.
Easy G.
I wanted to remind you that I didn't ask for any theme music.
You wanted to remind me what?
No, what's his name? The DEFCON guy there. I always asks, how come I don't have any theme music? I just wanted to let you know I didn't ask for it.
Right.
That's a running gag on the Peter White Show.
You didn't ask for theme music.
For Pauly C and Brooklyn Mike and.
Right, because what have we learned, Easy G? And I'll just remind everyone, Easy G's time is now. What have we learned? If you don't ask for it, you just might get it. But if you ask for it, you're SOL.
Right.
Yes.
And then, what's his name? I can't remember his name. What's that guy, the DEFCON guy?
It's my close personal friend, Jeff Stumpy Leonopoulos or something like that. Yes.
He couldn't make it to the Peter White Show. I was there this morning. He had the Bud Light flu.
The Bud Light flu? What kind of flu is that, Easy G? I've never heard of. Can't you get a shot?
But anyways, I got to go again. So thanks for all you do. You're the best.
Well, thank you, Easy G. I agree. Thank you. Oh, Easy G says I'm the best. You hear that, guys? That came from Easy G. And his time is now. Historically, there's been a lot of Democrats in the past who actually were pro-death penalty. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, something that I've always held against him, because I thought this was pretty disgusting, was during the 1992 campaign. On 3 separate occasions, he flew home to Arkansas to preside over executions. One of them for a person who was considered non compos mentis, who didn't even fully understand, by all accounts, what was happening to him. And I always found that really disgusting. So Jon Hopwood is here. It's a great day, Jon Hopwood.
How did it get so warm? It was so cold the last few days. I have my heavy leather jacket on.
Oh, Fred says in the Facebook live chat, sodomy has only been legal in all 50 states since 2003. I actually...
That's not true. The Supreme Court upheld the law in Georgia.
Oh, did they? See, I always figured that, like in the deep South, like Mississippi and Alabama,
unless it was overturned.
There was probably still some laws against...
Oh, so, you know, you're so disingenuous. That's what it all comes down to. People don't know, well, Matt. I can't really say his Yeti name because it's such gutter. There's such guttural.
Well, it's unpronounceable by it's unpronounceable by your inferior human throat. Yeah, well, that's actually you're close.
I've been, I've eavesdropped. I wouldn't say it's eavesdropping since I was there. Him and Al Baldessaro. The reason he's against the death penalty for Homo sapiens is because, the next thing he's going to be lobbying for is to get rid of the hunting season on Sasquatchy.
That's terribly racist of you.
I thought you said you weren't a Sasquatch.
By the way, Al Baldessaro, an example of someone who's very pro-death penalty. He advocated for the shooting of Hillary Clinton.
Well, I guess...
Your dear Hillary.
I guess that that can't happen here in New Hampshire now.
No. Well, no, that would be done federally.
Well, isn't there a New Hampshire Republic?
A New Hampshire Republic?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Free staters and all sorts of people are always finding some great, constitutional or unconstitutional precedents for stuff. I figure,
all right. I don't know.
We could do that. But once again, sodomy, as you know, the Yeti here, or the well, you're not a Sasquatch. They're blonde. They're more Nordic.
Well, that's true, actually, yes.
It is.
Yes.
But, oh, yeah, pretty soon you'll be clamoring once again for the right to marry Homo sapiens.
Right.
Yeah. Al, as much as Al's fond of you, just like he is of his twin Alsatians, Twinkie and
I don't know if Al
Phosphorus.
actually is fond of me. I mean, he's always nice to me, but I don't know if he actually likes me.
Well, since you have been within range of him during the hunting season for Sasquatch, and he hasn't shot you, I'd consider that a display of fondness.
It is 1,000 degrees in here. I don't know.
I'll open up the windows.
Well, I heard there's one window that's wide open. Yeah, I mean, you could open that. You could open that other. No. I'd rather not. I don't want to frighten people who work in the building.
And in case the Sasquatch hunters?
Yeah. It should cool off soon. Well, we're nearing the top of the hour. Let's take a break and then we'll come back with something fun. Unless you had anything you wanted to say about the death penalty in today's.
Matt, just don't wander up to Charnelfield on Saturday. They're going to have their annual jamboree celebrating the Pequot Massacre. And as you know, they have the symbolic, bagging or shooting of the Sasquatch as part of the festivities. I mean, it's all quite innocent. It's a little lad or girl from the Cub Scouts or whatever they call Girl Scouts these days. I don't mean to be sexist or genderist. No. They have a pop gun and all that, but,
I believe they call them Scouts of Unspecified Gender.
Oh.
I think that's the politically correct thing now.
Did that get through the legislature, too? That bill?
No, but there will be something done in Congress, I think.
Scout is a very, very militaristic type of term.
Oh, that's a good point.
So you're going to have some fun. I don't want to say we.
Oh, we have something very fun planned for hour number 2.
Stripper?
Fred says in 2003, the Supreme Court reversed the decision with Lawrence versus Texas, invalidating sodomy laws in the remaining 14 states. So the Supreme Court said you can't, you constitutionally cannot do that. You cannot outlaw going in the.
Are we talking
about?
You're talking about Homo sapiens relations, not with Yeti.
Well, that's a completely.
Sasquatch
okay.
Or Alsatian dogs.
That's I can't believe you mentioned dogs.
Ask Fred what was Scalia must have had a dissent in that. Not for today because we're going to.
He can hear you.
Can he?
He can hear you. Yes.
I would figure if he had something to say, he'd be calling in and hectoring me.
Norm used to do that when I was Norm's co-host on
Norm the Psychic
on his program. Yes, like someone would call. And I would say something to the caller, and then Norm would be like, ask him this. I'd be like, Norm, he can hear you. And it was Norm's show. It was very funny. Norm didn't like something I posted earlier, but he's very MAGA.
Oh.